This would be really cool. Can I do my live like this? It'd be really cool if I can do my live like that. I'm gonna try and see if I can set this up. Can I set this up? Hey, dog, you can't do that. Well, so that would mean if I'm showing off my book here, you'd be able to see my live down there, right? I'm not really sure. I'm just trying to fix my camera. I'm trying to see which way I'm going to go with my live. Let me see what I see on the camera here. So I'm seeing it on the camera backwards here. Let's see the way it's going on the backwards here. Actually, I'm just going to put both cameras in front of each other. Let me put on my comments. Oy, 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 all this work. So much to do. Flip the camera. Okay. So I've got two cameras on right now, one in front of the other one. So I'm just trying to set this up like usual. Very awkward. Okay, I think I got this. I like to discuss numbers. What do? I talk about numbers. And I just keep talking about numbers till your ears fall off. And it's all about more or less, if you want to build a conveyor, let's say we need a part for that conveyor. So I'm going to explain to you this part. And then you're going to say, well, what does it do? And I'm going to try and explain to you what it does. But more often than not, I have more pieces and parts that only tell you a strategic reality that's happening in our lives right now. But it goes unnoticed. When you write your name, the alphabet, when you write your name, it's an alphabet, right? But what is the alphabet? They're characters. They're like little avatars. And can we say, what are they doing? The letter A is 1. Well, is the A describing 1, or is the 1 describing A? If you have number 42 or 24, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals 8 and 6. But if I have 4 sets of 2 or 2 sets of 4, so they are different. So is it possible that when I go 31, it's not the same as 13? Or will I say that 31 is 3 ones, where 31 will be 3 ones and 1 3 will be 1 3? That 1 and 3 becomes a teen. Okay? 13 is a teen. Why is it a teen? At what point was there a capability of creating a teen out of 13? Why did they call it 13? How come in French they don't do anything? They go 12, 13, 14. But at 13, they don't do what they do when they get to 14. At 14, they say the number 4. But at 13, they don't say the number 3. The name is turned around, changed around. So there's something that has to be going on. As well, what happens with number 13 is there's the zodiac signs. You reconnect your 12 months at the 13th month. If you count January for a month and you complete 12 months and then add the 13th month, you would come back to the beginning again. Number 13, you add the TEEN on, and that numeric value is the same numeric value for space, SPACE. And in the word space is the word ace. Ace is noted to be the singular, a dot, right? Ace is noted to be, what is a dot? You find the dot inside the 9. You find the dot inside the 3 card. And you find the dot inside the 5 card. Now, card is number 26. So we have to remember where everything is. Just like if I tell you about Aquarius, right away with Aquarius, you have to think fire. Fire is number 38. 38 is gold. So not only do we have Aquarius in the center, now we have the fire, right? That's also part of 3 areas. Number 38, okay, I know it's 2. Let me just write to see if I got this right. 1 zone, 2 zone, 6 and 6. We take out, we go 2, 4, we go 4, 2. So, first of all, teen is number 44. Space is number 44. The reverse of 44 on a cube is going to be 33. The mathematics of 44 will give me 16 and 8 equaling to 24, like the 24-hour day. Now, there's more to this reality. There's more to what's going on. I'm telling you, I'm building a story right now. What are we talking? So hold on a second. Boy, oh boy, this YouTube thing here. I wish I can go over to the other room and see if I can see. Okay, Gamer says hi. Hold on. So somebody else want to know, how high are you? What have you been smoking? Let me hold on a second. I'm having trouble. Okay, we're only 1 here on TiCheConnectT. So maybe I'm going to scrap TiCheConnectT for a second. I have to go see something. I can't get these comments to stay up, right? I don't know why. Right? I can't get the comments to stay up. Okay, so let me read these comments here. Sharam says, hi, are you drunk? It's my birthday. Let it be it that every day is the day of birth. Welcome to the E-world. You have children. What the fuck you been smoking? Whoops, sorry about that. You know what's funny? I think your name is Watkins or something. So when I read you said Sharma, take a hike, loser, and I was saying it must be karma. Well, you know what? When the truth comes out, I mean, I'm taking this as an honor. I am absolutely taking this as an honor right now, okay? Because when everything comes out of the closet at you, you know you must be wearing the right perfume, right? So that means I'm sharing. What are we talking about? So that Scoop Dog, you're gonna have to say that twice, all right? Tell me what is strange. If you're on the channel right now and you want to tell me, I need to know what is strange. Help me out, because I can't guess what's in your mind. If you have something to say, be very direct. I'm very hands-on. Please and thank you. Oh yes, Miss Watson. You know, if you took the S and put it before the I in Watkins, you'd be Watson, you know? Something like that. Okay, I'm gonna have to put back my TiCheConnectT here. I can't see the comments very quick. That's just terrible. That's just terrible. Okay, let me see what it is over here. I'm gonna start over. Okay, for those who are here, I'm starting over with an explanation of something. I'm going to get back to explain the teen space. I'm going to talk about number 13, the different realities of number 13, the association of 13, why after 12 did we have to go to 13? We did not come back to a duplicate word, right, until we hit 14, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Those are the only ones, because 13 and 15 change their tune. You see, end up with the teen in both categories, right? But we're not with the 5, we're with a 5th, right? We're not with a 3, we're with a third, like almost in saying third and teen. Almost like when you pass a number, we can have 8 areas, right? Let me see. We have 9 areas, right? And let me see if I can do this. So we have 9 areas. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's not do 9. Let's do just 4 for now, right? Hold up this right here, okay? And then I take this cube and I put it right here. And this cube, this one cube, connects 4 areas. Now, if I had this in a row like this, right? If I had these 3 in a row and I put this here, it means because I'm connecting all 3s in this row. This is an 11 to 1. Call it the dog. Call it the dog. Because the dog is the 11th Chinese zodiac sign. Isn't it funny? The cat, exchanged by the rabbit, became the 4th zodiac sign. Hiya, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. What's he on? I'm on a chair. What's the chair on? Protons and neutrons and electrons. How did they weld that chair together? With fire. Who molded the chair? Who brought the chair there? Who chose the chair? So if you think your creation is just like that, I don't think so. We had to have the building before we brought in the machine, right? So what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, we had to bring, did we need what, the chicken or the egg? What do you mean the chicken or the egg? The chicken and the egg. Hold on a second. I thought the chicken makes the egg, but then the chicken comes out of the egg. Well, then who makes the egg? The chicken. Did you know that the chicken is number 53? So that would be 42 and 56 equals to 98. It's also going to tell me another story inside. Let me spell out chicken and see what it says here. The thing about the beginning of chicken, you also have CH where 3 and 8 come together. And that's the creation heaven. When 3 and 8 come together, you have the explanation of this cube. When 3 and 8 come together. So this is like on a multitude of levels. We have 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will equal to 1 and 2 equals to 3C. Created from 11. And then we're going to have H, right, is going to be created from 22. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is H, 8. 3 and 8. Electric company connecting to the moon, right? Electric company, 5775, electric moon, the passage gateway. Company, right? Are you having company? The word company, if I remember, is number 87 for company. Remember what number 7 and 8 is. 7 and 8 is what gives you the ability as the born into the E-world, right? With the one spirit, connect, the divided sun. You're born into the E-world. 5 and 2 is going to be Earth. 5 and 2 is Earth. You're born into the E-world, so that would be 5 and 6, 11. The back door to you of who you are is, look, 1 and 2. You're going to get an 8 and 7, 15. And over here, you're going to get a 4 and 3, 7. You know, if you were playing pool, they'd both be the solids and the stripe. The 22 you get is for go. In fact, all the 22s are for go. 22 void on the ring side. Does anybody understand that? Which is half of area space, which is 44. The teen is 44. And when we say 18, it is no longer 44. When we say 18, it is only 24. So 18 is going to show me a divided gate. Where do I get this? Because in the word 8, it already comes with a T at the end of the word. I do not have to put teen to the word. All I do is put EEN to the word. Since I have 0 people on TiCheConnectT, I think I'm just going to go and stay with YouTube and check out my comments at the same time. It's going to be a little bit easier. No doubt there is a prime creator. Let me get some water. I'm going to come back over here in a minute. I don't even know what I should be drinking. Just give me a minute. I'm just having a little bit of drinky over here. I was having some cranberry juice. Let me read the ingredients. You know, about 100 years ago, right? If you said to somebody, I'm having cranberry juice, I don't think you need to read the ingredients. I'm having cranberry juice. Today, I'm having orange juice. What are the ingredients? I'm having milk. What are the ingredients? I'm having cereal. How did they make it? What are the ingredients? It doesn't matter what you eat. You got to look at the ingredients because now it's just a word. I'm eating meat. What kind? Is it biological? Well, I thought all the animals were biological. What happened on day 6? It was land animal and man. So if you have to see for a biological animal now to buy, yet on day 6, it was just a land animal. So what is it now? What are we? We came on day 6. The science has been the same. Everything is tested on the animals, and then it's passed over to us. So we don't have it now, but do they categorize us now? Oh, what kind of human is it? All depends what you're eating, right? The air you're breathing. I'm going to put this back. So what does it say? Reconstituted cranberry juice. Sugar, absorbic acid, vitamin C, vegetable concentrate for color. Like, I need to drink something. Why do you have to change its color? What did you do to it that made it unappealing? Usually the good Lord of creation, right? When it stinks, right? Usually it's just blue cheese or you can't eat it. But normally everything else, I can eat just about anything. So I'll put back this, right? The original. And when I see original, you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of communication. And it also makes me think of earth. And it makes me think of the mousse. Because in French, they say orignal, which means moose. When I think moose, I think quarter. When I think quarter, I see a reindeer. Now, if I know that it's going to rain, I know there's going to be water. I know the moose will be in the bush on the earth. So I'm seeing all that ecological reality going on, right? I'm going to put this in the fridge. Okay, we're back to number 13 again. We were also talking about teen. So what has to be achieved? Because I already know, and as I've shared, see, we're talking about, just let me a second, let me just read what these comments were here. So, when everybody, no matter what, right? When people say things that don't fit the storyline that I'm on, right? There's always usually something hidden within. So I'm going to just take a break and answer this question by Ajay DaCosta, and he wants to know, he or she wants to know, LeBron had a better legacy than Messi. Now, I don't know who Messi is or messed up, but when you see LeBron, it could be the B, right? The B, which could be the Y, which could represent the division of Earth, which is also. Yeah. So when you see that, the bronze, like the Bronze Age, and Ron is also part of the time clock. It's part of the gold, and again, it's going to be showing separation. You're going to have bronze in two worlds. In one world where the gold beat the silver, right? Because at one point it was two silvers, okay? And then the two silvers played each other, and one became the silver gold, the other was the silver silver, and then there was two that lost. One became the bronze silver, the other became the bronze gold, the bronze silver and gold. What that means is when you're playing in the playoffs, right? And you come down to the last two teams, right? The last team doesn't play anymore. It's over. When they're down to one team in the playoffs, it's over. They have completed everything. So how can we do that? That when we have the two teams playing for the Stanley Cup or playing for the gold, right? Do you understand where I'm going with this? Only one can be on top. If one is on top, you automatically have the other two on the bottom. The bronze and the silver go together because they all played with each other in sports. Now we go on. So now legacy. So again, with LeBron, we also have Legas. So we have le, and then we have B and G. Now that's also talking about the beta gates. So what they're actually comparing here is, right, is over the period of time in the Bronze Age. So they're declaring that this might be the ends of the Bronze Age. You can see the comment messy, okay, in that word messy, okay? We're not going to look at it as all mixed up. We could look at it as matter and energy and the crossing of two moons of time, or a division of two moons. The S and the I is 19 and 9, so it is the birth coming within. The 9 connects the two worlds, the 9/11. I'm going to show you how that works, because we come in with the light, right? Oh, how is that juice backed up like that? Hold on. Okay, let me just back myself up here. I missed a few pieces. So thank you for that question, AJ. Well, you know what? I went out with the dogs all the time, and you know what? I just feel so bad. And I've been in the house most of the day, took the dogs for a walk in the morning, put them outside to run around, told them some secrets, made them want to leave the house. And yeah, they're full of energy, and you can tire them out a little bit, run in circles until you fall down. Then they'll lick you and go to sleep. Well, listen, there can be 13 zodiac signs, there can be 12, but we also have to ask ourselves a question, okay? We have to ask ourselves many questions. First of all, there's only 8 corners. When you chop this up, there's actually, in reality, I can make this look like a 4 cube. Yes, this can be just this can be an 8 cube. Forget about the dots, right? You can take the dots and you can say each one is a cube like Rubik's Cube. But you can also split it down here and create a cube here, a cube here, a cube here, and a cube here. And you can call this 8 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 8. You would have 8 cubes here with 6 sides, each is 48. Or you could have 9 by 6 is 54. Both of them will equate to the same word. It will be, son, let me try this again. I made a mistake. I can't do 9. I only can do 9 to a face. I only can do 9 to a face. 9 to a face, right? 9 to a face over here. But this cube, the way these dots are, right? The way these dots are, see the way they're deep into the corner? It keeps telling me that this is actually just cut up into 4. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it. I can just chop this into an 8. And if it was 8 cubes inside of this, and everyone had 6 sides, that would be 48, right? That'd be 48. Now, on every single side, let me write this down. We have 8 cubes, and 8 cubes times 6 sides equals to 48. We have 8 cubes times 21 dots. We still have the 8 cubes times 33 dots. And then we have the total of the 2. So we have 168. 8 by 21, 168. There are 168 hours in a week. We can have the void of the cube, which is 264. 8 by 30 is 240. 8 by 3 is 24. 264. Now that 33 will be the birth in our rotation. See, I'm going to just let me write this out. And 264, I forget where that works in computer language, but that will definitely work in computer language. The 33 will work on the record player, as like the 45 will work on the record player. The association between the two will equal to exactly what we need to see. 432 hertz. When we put the 2 together, it becomes 54 by 8. 432. The 22, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, I call it the Mars house. Okay, we'll have what is 5 and 1 is the bookends with 4, 3, 2 in between. This is the rotation of the sun, 24 and 9. This is the gateway and the division within the sun, the 7th gate. And for me, right, it's describing it within my birth. I am the division of that gateway. I partake in 3 moons. I partake in the sun system, or in the divided sun system. I am the communication center. I have the soul within inside the doghouse. I am what is 6886. I am living with what passes in me at the 7th gate. That is who I am. I am born into the 10 star system under the astrological 12 signs. One of the reasons I believe it is the 12 signs, it's 8 times 1.5 equaling to the 12. I'm trying to figure out still how things are overlapped or overlaid, because before I got here, everything was already here. The only thing that was missing was me and the communication center that I need to connect with. My rest in peace becomes my internet provider address. $12 for the sun, 13 for the moon. So does that mean because of my birth, they have to open up an area space, right? In order to put me in this world, they need to open up an area space like this, right? Every time they do this, that would be the letter C. And to complete the C, you need that area space. To connect it becomes the A. Your connection. Here is the base connection, your 432 vibration. Our birth, 9, goes into the E world, 5. 8, 7, and 6, Mars, the moon, and the sun. To where creation comes in between this 1 and 5 and this 5 and 9, Here is the separation between 44. There's a separation total of 8 here on this angle. AE and I coming together. So let me back this up. So we saw what that 8 cube did. Now, if there were only 4 dots per cube, so that would be 8 cubes, and that would still be 6 sides, equaling to 48. But instead of having 21 dots, okay, I am going to have a total of 4 dots per cube. I'm going to see if this works out. So it's going to equal to a total of 32. And if that's still, if it's, let me see, hold on, I have 8 cube, hold on. I have 4 dots per side, 8 times 6 equals to 192, which is also 96 and 96. Rotation of 2 suns. 64, 64, 64, 3 by 64. In order for me to communicate elsewhere, okay, there's an interference, that's for sure. So therefore, there's an operator. So to connect between here and there has to be an operator where the same line can go in one ear and out the other, right? In one ear, out the microphone, in your ear, you back to the operator. So there's going to be 2 phones and an operator in the situation, automatically 3. Let me get a little bit more water. Anyways, I just wanted to get that out there. I don't want to sit and gloat on that. I want to go back and talk again. Number 13 is the first time the teen begins. Number 13, the Monopoly game. The Monopoly game. In order to create this game on quadrille paper, look at how much paper I need to take up. If I reduce the size of this, the Monopoly game will look like this. It'll have 22 areas between here and here. 4, 1, 4. 1 area, 4 areas, 1 area, 4 areas. Or it'll be 4, 4, 8, 2, 8, 4. Or it will be a little bit different. What this is these are the train tracks. I separate it. At the same time, usually the train tracks should own this entire area right here. Should own this entire area. And this over here is supposed to own the entire area. There's only supposed to be a small open space. It's already owned by the railroad company and the properties over here. So this is your Monopoly game. There are 88 and 22. 4 by 22 or 88. When they inaugurated the president, the number call-in was 88022. There are 13 singular, there are 13, 2, 6, 7, 2, 3, there's how many here? There's 9 here, 2 here, and 2 here. There's 13 across by 13. There are 6 to get to over here, 7, and then 6. There's 13 across. To get over here, there's 5. To get to over here, there's 5 and 2, 2 and 5, or 6 and 1. Or if I start in the center, I'll have 4 and 3. Remember, 4 and 3 on the cube, 6 and 1 on the cube, 5 and 2 on the cube. You can't throw doubles 3 times in a row or you go to jail. We have to play with the same alignment. So you have your 6-1-6, you have your field goal, your touchdown. We already spoke that teen, okay, is going to be 44, going to create 16 and 8, or P and H, like in phi. The 33 is the reverse, going to create the numeric 9 for your birth, 6 for your life. It also, what happens is it will be the passage, 4 times 2, 4 plus 2, right, is going to create the planet, okay? It's going to create the house planet, right? The 1 and the 2 is where the 7 and the 8 is. And it's passage for 11, the student, the E world. If we were looking at 10 and then 11, like in Microsoft, no, it's Windows, sorry, made a mistake. Window 10, A, B, C, D. Window 11, E, F. When you have the word window, window equals to 88. Window 10 is 4 sides on the pole. Four sides to the ring. Windows 11 is just the pole. Now, can we put this into the piano? Why don't we have G? What is G doing? Is G connecting any parts of A, F, and B, E? See, it's only A, F, and B, E that comes into the role. We have to put this on the side over here. It doesn't go any further than these two. Therefore, 3 is the low and 11 is the high. And when you go to the game of pool, the 11, okay, and the 7 are going to be the... Nope, hold on a second. I didn't make an error, but I did something wrong. I don't know why I did this. It was the A and the... Okay, now I got it right. It is the A and the B. Okay, what will connect to the E and the F on the other side? It's crossing. C and D7 will be open. So what you will have is 3, and here you'll have 11 that goes towards the 7th gate, so it'll be missing 44 on each side. At the same time, the opposites over here, right, are 55, A and D5, B and C5. So we have to understand how this star comes together, how these two link together, the different links. I need to understand it a little bit more what they're doing, but I'm bringing it out here now to let you know. Let me see what's on here. Green is yellow, right? Green is yellow and blue, is it not? Is green yellow and blue? So green is yellow and blue, so yellow comes with soul. $12 for the sun, 13 for the moon. But I don't know what the 13th is. Frankenberry, God bless Canada. Hope you're... Apparently, delivery of the mail, right? Anything that gets delivered has to do with transport. Therefore, anything that has to do with transport is going to be related to the post office, right? So what else has that connection? Remember, the sign of approval will be the stamp of approval, right? The stamp of approval is a balance. And they use that as the seal, as the animal, right? The Arctic seal. That's the way I like to look at it. White stone is the 13th on the wheel of roulette. White stone is the 13th on the wheel of roulette. Well, they do use 13, the cycle. There's a 7 and 13 cycle with the Mayan, okay? And I'm going to have to think about why they use that 13, right? Even though we know we have a 12 cycle and it starts over on 13. When you fill up an empty space where the heart is, right? The two wings come together onto the body and you create the 13th. Your game comes to life. Instead of it being, I just believe it's this way, okay? Possibly. This is what happens when it's 12. This is what happens when it's 13. You see, I can condone this to an area, but once I bring these two blocks together, this pops up higher. It passes it. When I bring it back down, it squeezes out this way. I need another area space for this to move, possibly because life, right, came into the soul. I need area space to move. I became the 13th sign. I am the 12th sign twice. I am the 12th sign when I am awake, and I am the 12th sign when I am asleep. I am 12 and 12, 24, only being what is 6. But I reside in all the houses, but I only live in one. We also have to look at that since 3 out of 3 is 3 out of 3, and 1, 1, and 1 can add up to 3, I can also get 2 out of 3, and then 1 out of 3, and that can be me. At the same time, in the star system, 10, I can be 4 out of 4, but then there would be no movement, so I would be 3 out of 4, and then I would be 3 out of 4, and then I would be 3 out of 4, and then I would be 3 out of 4. I would be 4 different 3 out of 4s, right? And I would be 2 out of 4s. And I would be how many 2 out of 4s? So if I need 4, 4, 4, 4, I need 4, 4, 16. But when there's 16, I'm only going to be 12 out of the 16 because there's always going to be 2 in the rotation that I'm never going to use. It's going to be free to the other side. Do you follow what I'm saying? If you do not, please don't hesitate. Please ask. Even when we're running with the 12 zodiac signs, it may mean the same thing. I'm going to have to sit and design this, right? And figure out what the design looks like because everything needs a design. There must be a design with just about anything and everything. In fact, all our letters are designs, right? So let's look on what was written here. So, Sharam wants to know, Miss Watkins, if your mother is asking for you. Sharam, I'd like to say something. Thank you for reminding me I have to call my mother. Wow. Wow. I got to call my mother. Just give me a minute. This guy's amazing. He's like reading my mind. Wow. I can't call my mother. I'm using my phone. Oh, I can send her a text. Okay. California ID, Canada Space Force, Windows 9 Forever, Rook, and yeah, wow. Okay, so that's what I'm assuming to become the area space. You know, there's this little game where you move the numbers over and you only, let's say there's 10 area spaces, but you only use 9 in order to make everything work. It's more like that. You need to remove 1, but you can still occupy that space at another period in time, right? But in the backside, right, on the backside of this book, right, on the backside, on the front side, I'm connecting these. And what does it look like on the backside? No matter what you connect, it'll always look like that. But on the front side, in different places, you connect your numbers differently. Okay, apparently there's 88 constellations, if that's true. Yeah, I had to put, I don't know if I can do this. Okay. Okay, yeah. I had to put a 10-second timeout, or 10-second timeout, right? I have to know whether or not it's real people or if it's computers talking. So I put somebody on a 10-second timeout to see if it'll come on in 10 seconds. Is there really a Windows 12? Is there really? I mean, I'll tell you one thing, that if there was a Windows 12, would it, you know what, it would be funny if there was a Windows 7.12. That would be funny. If there'd be a Windows 7.12. Just let me get a drink of water here. Or no, let me get some more of that cranberry juice. Okay. Let's see where we're going to take this. I hope I didn't lose my spot. We were talking about number 13. Number 13 and number 4 have a special place. Okay? And one of the special places that they have, hold on. I don't know why my channel is running way behind. 13, 1 and 3 equals to 4. When we go from 12 to 13, we go 13. So we switch, it's how we say it. We don't go 12-teen, right? We're not talking about the division of area space between night and day. We're going 13. So there's a division there. 13, 1 and 3 is 4. Now with 4, there's also a separation to 3. First of all, 4 around here, 3 opposite sides, 2 to a pole, 4 to a ring. 1 for 9, 2 for 18, 3 for 54, and 4 for 36. Number 4, when you finish 3, from 3 third, and then from 3 third, you go to 4th. So instead of going RD, and there's only one RD, there's a third, there's a second, and there's a first. And then we have the runner-up, which is 4th. But 4th goes all the way to 20th. But it becomes IETH at that stand. There's not a $4 bill. There is a $20 bill, although, and a $1 bill. When you add up 1 through 20, it equals to the same thing. Adding up 1 all the way to 20, you don't have to do anything. It equals to 210. So that's pretty ironic. At the same time, it says A and B, because 21 is A and B. It also says mathematically 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will be 2 and 3 equals to 5. So you're going to get all these situations going on over here. So what is it going to say? What does it say to me? It tells me I'm in the E world. If I'm at 20, it's going to tell me 4 times 5, right? That is my smallest number, or 2 times 10, which is the 20 is going to be 4 times 5, the E world, right? And it's also going to be 2 times 10, which is the mirror world, or a double mirror if you want to look at it. The J and the E are now involved, the J-E-T. Or how about jet? Jesus, energy, and time. Wow, that's pretty cool. So it's 4 by 5 equals 20, and it's 2 by 10 equals 20. So we got that. So now we know that fourth also makes a completion as in the leap year. We also know that 3 sides and the 4th side is the floor, which completes your triangle. I'm just trying to see over here. Yes, so 13 is the beginning, okay, is the beginning of something. But why is the first 4, right? When I go 4, 8, 4 starts over, right? 4 starts over again on the other side. And then you have 5, 6, 7, and 8 starts over again. And then you have 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we start over again. I just ran 3 cycles. I ran 3 cycles of 4 equaling a 12. A basic cycle is 3 and then 1, 4, 3 and then 1, 4, 3 and 1 and then 1, 4. And the next one is going to complete the box cycle on the 13th one. When you get the 13th one, when you begin the 13th one, you are beginning either the next or the last of those cycles. You follow what I'm saying? 3 and 1, 4, 3 and 1, 4, 3 and 1, 4. Now on your 13th, it's going to complete, it's going to turn the whole package over again. Just like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and everything starts over again. Unlike numbers advancing, I'm going to try and see if I can show you this. The cycle completes over here. 1, I moved 1, 2, 3, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1, 2, 3. 2 and 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Here, everything recycles on 3s. The leap year that we run, everything recycles on 4. And when we're working in 15 minutes, here, the crisscrossing of a 2-hour period of time, when we work on 20 minutes, I'm only going to have 3 lines or 3 connects. When we're working on 15 minutes, I'm going to have 4 connects. The reason I do this is the same, 3 and 4 have the same house. The 3 to 4, from 4 to 3 is the same one. So they live in a divided house. So that's a 0.5 area. So I call it the E world between 3 and 4. Earth and Mars. The 1 moon and the 2 moons. The word let's take out Mercury and call the Earth moon, let's maybe call it Mercury. Or let's say Mercury is replaced by Luna. And Venus gets replaced by the 2 Mars moons. So we don't need 1 or 2 anymore because they get operational within the moon, or they come into our creation, replaced by the 7th gate. Oh, I hear myself better with the hat. I feel like I'm on TV with the hat on. Daniel Boom. So we can see what happens. So now what happens next is we go 28, 31, 34, 37. So when I finished here, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, when I got here, this 37 is going to start me over right over here again. We start all over again, over here. Just want to see one thing I wanted to say. I just called to say your name. The construction of constellations. Okay, I'm looking for, oh yes. So I look at this over here, right? Let me see if I can make this bigger. So I only see this piece over here shows one core right over here. Usually I want to see how many cores I can have when I have full repetition. So since I only have one here, and I have, let me see if I can show you this. See, I have 3 octagons running here, right? See, I have this 11 area over here, only happens once. This happens once, this happens once, this happens once. So I see that happens once, but the center here never happened twice. I need everything to happen at least twice. X here, Y here, Y here. Diamond, 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 diamond. Okay, then these, okay, this here, okay, only happens when I connect these two together. The next time this is going to repeat. You see this Y over here? This Y is going to connect to an area that will look like this, and it'll connect right here. But when it goes to connect, I'm going to have to use a straight line in order to join straight line down to here. Let me see if I have something down there. No, but you can see, you see over here where I closed it like this? I didn't have to close it. I could have just taken this, brought it up, and connected that there and that here, and this is what was showing the connection. So we have the first 36 and then the next 36, right? And then we're going to see how many 36s it's going to take to recreate, because this is only one cube. But now we're connecting it this way. I've got 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3 cubes, 4 cubes. This area over here is where the 18th and the 19th number join. It's the halfway point, number 37, 37 by 3. This area, I need each one of these rows are different from each other. Therefore, when you're looking at 36, don't count it that way. You can count it as the first dozen, the second dozen, the third dozen. You can count it as the first dozen. Linear is not the same. The first row is 3.5, and that's the center of the cube. The second row is a 37, and the third row is a 39. When you crisscross them, their average is 37. The heart is 111. 111 is 60 and 41. 60 minutes and 41 minutes. Putting A and D together, connecting the two systems, A and D, analog and digital. Analog with BC and digital with BC. So let me see if I can put this back over here. It's welcomed me back to my own chat. Yeah, I don't know if you're still here, Miss. I don't know if people like for me to call him like that, but Mr. Welder. Yeah, we have some people coming on here and just fooling around. Just that's the way it is, and yeah, they're not nice, but let's not lose our time to it. I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't lose my time to it, and just send them all kinds of loves for their hardship, because if that's all people have to do is cause trouble and call it out, then we're just going to say that AI and all artificial and chat GT is that they're taking advantage of an energy, and that energy should know it's being taken advantage of, right? If the energy says, well, I can't do that, of course you can do it. They're taking advantage of you. If you don't know what that is, right, it means they're misusing you. So anyways, let's just get on. So we talked about 13 and 15. They're both different. 13 is going to be a 4, 15 is going to be a 6. What's ironic about these two, Elon Musk, Zion is real, cold, 24 and 10, dividing the gate or dividing the Stargate with this, dividing the 9/11, the House of Bait, the Stargate, dividing from the Shamus, separating us from the Shamus. When we light the candles for Hanukkah, we light the candles for Hanukkah, right? Let me see, I'm going to put this on this side. We light the candles for Hanukkah over here. Day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The total is 36, 360 degrees. If we count it by 3.5, we get the 28 cycle. We add it up, it's 360, our creation, it's 36. 3 and 6 is 9, we create the House of Bait. When we take the top number with the bottom number, 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 3 and 6, 9, 4 and 5, 9. Within its own house, we have 6 and 8, 14, 1 and 4, 5. Within its own house, right? Within its own house, we have 1 and 4, 5. Within its own house, we have 6 and 8, 14, 1 and 4, 5. Within its own house, I like to say 4 is within its own house, but in this situation, we can also use 1 and 3. This will be 4, or this will be 5. I don't know which way to go with it, because what I'm doing is I'm using this number 5 to separate anything, irrelevant to the fact. Without the shamas, we connect this way. 9999. With the shamas, we connect this way. 2 and 9, 11, 3 and 8, 11, 4 and 5, 4 and 7, 11, 5 and 6, 11. The house in 9, 11, lighting up the menorah. Should I say more? Beast equals 47. Time equals 47. 74 is energy. The total number of hours lit up in a week is going to equal to 216. 9 candles, right? Here, we get 48 hours. Here, the third candle, and there's a mistake in here I just saw. The third candle is going to give me 72 hours. The fourth candle is going to give me 96 hours. The fifth candle is going to give me 120 hours. The sixth candle is going to give me 144 hours, 1,440 minutes in a day. Boom, day 6. We don't have to create anymore. If we have 6 days and 28 hours in a day, we have the 168 hours we need in a week. We don't need day 7. We don't need day 7. It's over. The week is over. Life would go pretty quick, wouldn't it? But the equation in here, the mistake in here is that I need to add up everything, in which I did not do. So I'm going to add it up here. 24 plus 48 plus 72 plus 96 plus 120 plus 144 plus 168 plus 192 plus 0. So how would I add these up? Do I do 1 through 8? So I'm going to go 264, 270, this will be 360. And then we're going to go 8, 0, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, and 5, 360. 2, 10, 0, and 1, 8, 9, 10, 6, 360. So this is what happens when we lit the candles. Right over here. 24, one candle the first day, 24. Second day, 2 candles. Count each candle for 24, right? And X is the 24th letter. Then day 3, right? We light up day 2, we light up 3 candles. Day 2, we light up 3 candles. Sorry, let me do this again. Day 1, 1 candle. Day 2, day 3. Every day a candle. Every candle's worth 24. When we get to day 8, right? When we get to day 8, we have lit up for 192. When you crisscross, let me see if I can darken this in so we can read it. Let me do it on another page. Let me do this here. Whee! Are we not having fun? Maybe I did do this the other day, but just give me a second. Just give me a second. 24, 48, 72, 96, 120, 144, 168, 192. Okay, let's see if we can look at this now. Are you ready? Well, I don't think we're living the proper hours, because if we're living the half-life, right, then there should be 90 minutes and 90 seconds in every day, right? So if we would, live 16, what was that number again? I forget what number it is, but my base number I work on is 16, right? I don't like to count the night. So I think we should be working on 36 hours a day, right? But then if it was 36 hours a day, we'd be dying younger, right? So let's not look at that. Let's look at this. When I use the 8 numbers, connecting 1 and 8, right, I end up with this, 2160. The diameter of the moon is 2160. 21 for the cube, right? 6 times 6 times 6, 2160. 1.5 times 1440. Because Mars, it's all 1.5, the half-life, 100% and 1/2 life. When we count the numbers up here, check the star out. 360, 360, 360 creation, but not over here. Over here it becomes 144. So what is that telling us? 144, 12 by 12. Is that where the constellation comes in the 9th area of birth? Right? Or should I have 12 areas? Why do I only have 9 here? The other part of this equation, right, I'm going to do it down here. I'm going to do both equations down here. Just give me a minute. Wakening up. Just, even if you don't know what to do with my information, if you're here trying to understand and you don't, please ask. If you're not sure what to do with it, I'm going to tell you what it will do for you, what I believe it will do for you. Understanding frequency, vibration, understanding that we live in the house that we breathe. Imagine if you deeply, deeply down in your heart knew there was a creator, knew that we were eternal, doesn't that bring on a new aspect of life? You know that? Urantia world reparations. You know there's a creator. There's no doubt in my mind that if you believe and understand the story I read to you, okay, once you understand that story, just know your breath into the air will be a calling. Just knowing that the world is upside down and now you have the knowledge, knowing there's a creator, you have something true to believe with. It's not out of a book I'm sharing it to you, but out of all creation, that we are the hands of the Lord. When they're talking about Clockwork Orange, look no further. Here we are. The sons of dogs, communication of the cat. So the other one is going to go 48, 72, 96, 120, 144, 168, 192, and the next one is going to be 216. So this one is going to be, wow, this one's pretty crazy, eh? 2, 3. This one is going to be 360, 362. 2, 3, 12, 412. So you are going to also get the straight line. Let me do the straight line effect. 48, 72, 96, 120, 144, 168, 192, 216. So you end up with 264. 264 once, twice, 3 times. 264, 264, 264. That has to do with some streaming service. I don't know, but it's in our computer. So you got 444 is 12 is 1, 669 is 1, 792.0. So here is the piece and answer to that reality. So what happens is up here, check out all the 360s, and it's going to create the house of bait. Right? And if you take a look, it's going to be 639, 639, right? And then 63. And over here, you're going to crisscross, you get the moon. Now down here, look at that. We have our vibration. All we did is added in that extra candle. I hope I did that right. On the 8 days of Hanukkah, I added on. I can go and end this over here, put in my last day and see what happens when 9 pops in, because we know what fits, right? I can reduce it, but I'm not going to. So look at that, we get our vibration, and then over here, the 264 to 2 equals 792. 5.5, if I remember correctly, 5.5, okay, times 5.5 times, I think, 144 equals 792. I think the Earth diameter is 7920. It fits in with the moon. This will fit in with the moon. I don't remember what the numbers were. The moon is 1.5 times 1440, and 1.5 times 1440, and this is 5.5. So there's sky pass times 1440 to equal to the 7920. I'm just gonna finish it off just for the fun of it, and go 240 and 240, 388, and then we're gonna finish this one off. We're gonna go 216, 336. Yeah, look the way it works out. When I finish it off, I get 1440. When I finish it off, I get 432 times 4. So 432 times 4 is going to equal to 8, is going to equal to 12, going to be 1728. 1728. I have to take off this and take a look at something. What are the angles on the Pyramid of Giza? 1728 or 5142? $51.5. I need to see a real picture. Here it is. That's the one I wanted. 51 and 84. 3 times 17, 3 times 28. I get the same vibration, the same numeric value that fits into the towers. 17 and 28, 45. 1 and 8, 9 inside, 2 and 7, 9. Holding the vibration between area 51, right? 5184 equals 135. Talking about the dividing sun, dividing the night and the day. It's also talking about the cycles of the moon. It's also talking about Pluto within it, number 84, Pluto. Christmas. Do you want to know why it's in December or what connects to it? Do we want to know about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? We can look at all the days. They have something in common. Number 30, which is going to be the word day. They have a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. They have 2 S days. The M day is a 4. They have a 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 1. So there's a cycle that runs. We can look at the first letter. We can look at how many letters in the word, not counting D-A-Y because they're in everything. We can look at the zodiac signs and which way are we going to associate 3 zodiac signs, associate the fire signs, associate the air signs, or connect them by 1 sign of each. Connect 1 fire with 1 earth, with 1 water, with 1 air. Or connect all of them that they spin amongst each others. But there's going to be an association amongst them, so I need to know how they move in the sky. That's another thing I need to know. How they're moving in the sky, which way they're going. What does something different? Can the same star have a retrograde in it if they're all connected? Because they're not moving individually. There's a prime, there's a gearage between them. I'm like 99% sure because of the 20 years of work that I have put in. Just let me see. Yeah, so still even a number, like we were going to number 13. So how would I write number 13, like in numbers, right? How would I write number 13? I want to know where that 13 was. Just give me a second. Right here. Would I write 13 as 9 and 4, or 8 and 5, or 7 and 6? I mean, it's not me, right? It's not really me. It's here. Every time I connect from my 13, it's telling me a different story. My base 13, right, is when 4 and 9 come to life. Because when you take 13, right, your first 13 is when you come into the mirror world, right over here. That's your first 13. Only when you mirror do you get the 13. You do not use 3 and 10. When you use 3 and 10, which is Jesus Christ, which is the King and the Queen, which is Earth and Mars, when you use these two together, right, you're going to be talking about the AC/DC moon, and we're going to be talking about electric and polarity. When you go, you can't go 10 because then we're talking about the star system and creation. Your 3 is for your base creation where 1 fits into 2. So your first 13 is 9 and 4. Then you get the heavens into the E world, 8 and 5. Your 7 and 6, right? Remember these two over here? These two are going to replace these two over here. This is going to be your void. The seventh gate into the heavens, 4 and 4. Do you understand where we're going? So what we have as the crisscross lower world here, we have the crisscross of the upper world here. The thing is, we're either going to work this way or we're going to work this way. There's a whole bunch of connections going on. I can work it both ways. You're going to see, if I work both ways, it looks like this. If I work it one way, it looks like this. I work it the other way, it looks like this. When I work it this way, I'm working in 4s. When I go this way, I'm working in 2s. When I go this way, I'm working in 3s. Up and down is by 3. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. When I go this way, it's by 1s. When I go on this angle, 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 4 is 9. If I continue on over here, it's going to be 13. So I'll go 5, 9, and then 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Check out 5, 9, 4 hertz. And then 9, 4, 8. Check out 9, 4, 8 hertz. Let's see if that exists. 9, 4, 8 hertz. Wow, that was crazy. That was just crazy. 1728. Okay, so we have Mary. So within Mary, right, and Christmas, the M is a division of 3 areas connect, but it's the M, it's not the W. So they could be talking just our area. The valley, right? The M, the 1, the 5, the Federation in Mary. Also matter and energy, Earth and Mars. The R, when you put 2 R's in the word, it's a 360 across plane. So you have 36, 46, you have 61 and 18, you have 79 in Mary. So the birth comes to the gateway. 79. We also have 61, take away 1 R. If we have Rem, then we can have Ram Aries. So we can talk about the split, right? Or the heart that's living amongst us. Because if one is a split sun and we have 1 moon within us, then we must be split too. Right? So the heavens have to get a moon for the heavens, and then we have to get the moons. I'm not sure if you want to call it ingoing, the Earth moon, the singular Earth moon, and then the ingoing, outgoing moon. Since Mars has 2 moons, we have to have 2 counter moons, the E-world connection. Yes, 432, I know that's a mess. You do know that 432 is also 864? You do know that 432 is 216, right? You also know it's 108, and then 54, and then 27, the house of Bait, and then 13.5, which divides the alphabet. Also says the word ace, sun, or division within the sun. That's your 432. When you go to your 440, we go down to Sky Pass, and it becomes 27.5 instead of 27. It's funny, I saw that number today. Sky Pass is 27.5. It goes into the E-world. It's not directly onto a number. Earth, wind, and fire. So when we talk about our zodiac signs, right, we have to, like, whatever, let's say we're going to go Aquarius. So now we're going to go Aquarius with, I think it's air, right? So we're going to go AA with Aquarius. The air is divided within Aquarius. Just use the first letter. We have to use all the realities. If we go at fire, it's 4 letters. If we go at earth, it's 5 letters. 5 is going to replicate the female, and it's also going to be in the sun, and it's also a passage. Okay? When we go to 3 letters, it can represent earth. It's going to represent also Venus at the same time. 4 letters is going to represent Mars. It's also going to represent the mirror planet. Once you get the 4, you already have your duplicates, right? Once you get the 4, you get your next 4. But when we get your first 4 and your next 4 in numbers, we're going to have to skip over. I don't know if I should really relocate my zodiac signs. Like, I have to shift because, how can I say this? There's 12 zodiac signs, okay? There's 12 zodiac signs. Do I work them with 3, 6, and 3? Meaning I'm going to start at Cancer and go and only do 6 signs. I'm going to do Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. I'm not going to count the other signs. The 10th is going to go to the 1st and double up. The 11th is going to go to the 2nd and double up. And the 12th is going to go to the 3rd and double up. And what I did is I did the zodiac, I did a shift because of the numbers in which the mirror happens in Cancer on number 4. To center 6 between 6, totaling 12, to bring 6 into the heart, I need to move all my zodiac signs over. And I cannot start with Aries. I have to start with Cancer. So I'm going to put in the center, right, of my 12, I'm going to leave the first 3 out empty and the last 3 empty. So I'm not sure what goes there unless they become the one that you connect your shoelace to. Do you know what I'm saying? The final age of Aquarius. And you know what's funny? If this is the final age of Aquarius, let me see if I got that right. And I think I did this 100 times. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Aquarius. Look. I think Aquarius is 40 and 40 is 80. And 27, yes, Aquarius is 107. I think the word 20 is number 107. So the Stargate is with Aquarius. The reason for that is the 10 and 7. Let me explain it. The star connect 19283746, creating the 10 through the E world, which is 420, right? Because in order to connect it, you're going to create 20. You have 4 sides on the ring. I'm not sure if that's the reason why. Now, you have 7. 5 times 2, 10. 5 plus 2, 7. We do pass through number 68 at the 7th gate. 1 and 7 is 8. So that's why I'm calling it Stargate. Although it's a 7 and not an 8, the 7 passes through 66, but 66 lives inside the house, okay, the stop sign, the 8, in the Queen's house. I think Capricorn was 97, right? So instead of it being Aquarius 97, birth at the gate, in which Capricorn comes to be, this becomes the Stargate with which it connects to having the birth at the gate. 97 and 107, when you bring 10 and 9 together, 9 would be one side, 10 connects both sides to the house of Bait, where there's a shamus, lighting up your light, your life. I'm not really sure which way to say it, like we saw with the candles, like this numeric, like we did with the candles over here. With this equation over here. Is that the equation? Yeah, that's the equation. So I'm gonna see where else I'm going to do this. Okay, I've shown you the star system already. I can go over it. This 3, these 3, these 3, these 3. Each one casting the center heart over here, 5, 5, 5, 5. This is the 4 area over here of this connection. But the reality of this, okay, I'm just going to do this. Just give me a second. I'm not sure if I got this right. Let me just give me a second here. Let me see if I got this right. This might look like an I. It might look like an H. But actually it's a sine wave. From here down to here, up to here, down to here. Connecting 4 and 6. From here down to here, cross through here. When I cross through here, I'm assuming I ignite the area space because I cut it in half. And then I run down to here. Now at the same time, I'm going to see if I can do this in another area. Let me show you this. Just give me 1 second. Let me see if I got this right. I go up here, I go down here, right? And then over here. Okay, I'm doing it different now. I'm going to start it out this way. What it is I can't do a straight line in between an area space, right? So I have to do that. Now I'm going to do it twice as big, okay? But I can't do it twice big. I'm just going to show you what happens with this. Give me this. This pen is done, fried. Let's see if you can see this. What happens is I come here, I go down to here, I come over to here and go through here. It's the only way to go through a single area space. Then after that, okay, after I connect this one and this one, I'm assuming I've cut this area 5 in 4. So does that mean if I cut it in 4, it's valued at 2.5? 2.5 the value to Earth? Or did I cut through it twice and value it as 10 in this situation? Now, since I like to have all my connects, right, I'm going to connect like this in this situation. I put this through here, through the E world, which is already ignited through the beating heart. So this one would be 15, and this one would be 15. Crossing through the free pass, and this would be 10, and this would be a total of 40 in this situation. But then there's another question that whether or not that's possible. Okay, so it's called crowning, right? Okay. Yes, the whole system, our whole body is connected in one way or another. Where was that number I was working with? Yes, I know what I was working with. Okay, crowning. And here's number 29 again. February 29th, September 29th, and April 1st. 1 and 4 come together for communication. Okay, CB codes, it's 10-4. The payout, okay, with the dice, with 10 and 4, right? And there's only 2 ways to get it. It's 2 and 2, 4, or 3 and 1, 4. 2 and 2 is going to be ape. 2 and 2 is going to be go. 2 and 2 is going to reflect the doorway. V, 22nd letter for life. 2 and 31 is what's going to connect the AC, DC, your 13. It's going to connect all your 13s. When your 13s are connected, so are your 7s. The reverse of your 13 is your 7s. The 10 and 4 also is the cycle we run. The 10 can be reduced to What is 1? 1 plus 0 is 1. The 10 is also noted as A, B, C, D. That's 4. So the 4 has a relationship within the 10. 4 and 1 equals to 5. It is within the E world. When you play the game of craps, the payout is 9 to 5, which means your birth into the E world. 9 and 5 is 14 and 45 through the passage of the sun or the female, if you want to look at it that way. February 29th is your leap year, and I regard that as the beginning of your 4-year cycle. It is the 60th day of the year. The 14th of February, the 14th is what goes around the waist, or it's the ring of this pole. The 45th day is the passage. The first day of April becomes the 92nd day. September 29th becomes the 273rd day. 3 times 91 is 273. 91 is when you add 1 through 13. Remember that 13, it equals to 91, and the word spirit equals to 91. 13, okay, and it's also 20, what is it again? Yeah, the word spirit equals to 91. The 1 suit in the deck of cards has now ended. If you add the ace to the end, the beginning of the end, it becomes 105. It then represents all the sides of the cube. So when it stops at 13, okay, it's now going to connect all your 1, 9, 10, and your star system, your base star system. 2 connects. When you have 91 coming together, it's going to be 420 and 11. So you connect the doghouse. 9, 11. The 11th letter, okay, is K for canine. You connect 9, 11, you connect 2 systems. 9 is in one system, but 9 is not in the first system. Because it's 1 and 8 to create 9, we have 2 areas. You use one number, let's say 1 moon, it's in the center of 2. You use 2 numbers, it's on the outside of the 1 number, 1 area space. So we're talking in the 10s, or we're talking in the 1s. September 29th, or 929, right? Why always 929? It's the IT system in the sun, between the sun and the moon. The 91st day when you create spirit, so it's telling me that because when you don't end the sentence after the 28th day and you get to the 29th day in Utopia, it tells you that you missed your period, you're pregnant, you're going to have a child. Therefore, when you get to the 91st day, the spirit has connected with inside the womb of the mother, and it continues to bring the child, the communication center, onto this planet, onto this frequency with us. So therefore, it goes through the mother, and its first contact is on day 92. They call it the day of the fish. When the sperm meets the egg, well, we've just met the new egg in the moon. The same cycle, it just continues on. That is what's happening. Okay, that is what number 29 is going to represent. There's no doubt in my mind. The dog is the 11th zodiac sign. Ironic, they call it a canine. It can also be used as the house of bait, as the 2nd zodiac sign. It can also be, we can also reduce the zodiac signs and perhaps call it the dog and the pig we're going to remove, and the rat and the ox we're going to remove. We're going to use the rooster and the tiger to come into the game only. That's the way we're going to, because 1 and 2 has to be 3, right? So if 1 and 2 has to be 3, shouldn't we not take out 12 and 13? And it's also to be discussed. If we use the rat, we go all the way up to the dog, right? I'm not going to take the rat and go all the way up to the pig. I'm going to take the rat, go to the dog. I'm going to take the ox and go to the pig. That gives me my movement. Once I do that, now there's a whole bunch of other equations that's happening. Do you follow what I'm saying? Now do you follow what I'm saying? I can go, let's say I'll go 1. Let's say there's 12 zodiac signs. I'll go take the 1 and 11 together. Or I'll take the 2 and the 12 together. I'm going to use 1 through 5 or 2 through 6. If I have the 1 on this side, I can't have this one. That's why I'm saying it. So if I have the rat here, then the rooster would have to be on the other side, would it not? Usually they say the opposite number is what is 6 away. So I'm not using it in that aspect, and I need to look this over and discuss it because I see it a few different ways, right? And when you go to your enemy sign, it's the only halfway through, right? You meet your energy sign halfway through, just the opposite of what you are. So the goat, right, is number 8. So number 14 would be the ox. Is that not correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the goat backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, it's the ox. But anyways, I'm a little bit tired. Roots in mythology. Day of the fish, April Fools. I like to call that fish the sperm, and the egg and the sperm come together. Number 71 for sperm, number 71 for Pisces, number 71 for Virgo. It's going to create, okay, the connection between the heaven's gate, H, right? I think I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to take a look through here. What else I want to talk about? My throat hurts. I never want to stop. I know there's a lot of things I haven't talked about. Some of the things are Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, girl, boy, childish, 9. We went over the new part. When you say new in French, it means us. When you say 9, it's neuf, and neuf can be misunderstood as something that's new. Something that's new is going to be related, right, to 5, 5, and 5. Inside of Army, it's talking about, could be talking about the ram of Earth. General means it's private, and private means it's none of your business. And there's the colors, the pool games. I think we're going to stop right here. I'm going to do a little studying. I'm not sure if I'm going to come on tomorrow. Maybe something short. And again, within 1 and 7, okay, are Q. The reverse of 71 minutes. Every 71 minutes is 1 hour and 11 minutes. If you see 222 on your clock, right, that is going to be 2 times 71 minutes. In between that is 2 through 6. The game is in between that. If you want to go 7 through 1, you're going to go 8 and 9. So birth in the heavens or something coming through. If you want to run from 1 to 7, you're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to 20. We're going to have the dartboard. We're going to be at a gateway. Anyways, I'm going to, take a break and thank you. I'm going to be back in about an hour just for a little bit. And it's 9:11 right now, which is 551 minutes, right? So okay. If it's, when there's a 2, it's going to be for 2 moons. When it's a 1, like 551, it's going to be for 1 moon. Right? So 9/11 is 551 minutes. If it was 552 minutes, it's going to talk about Earth. If it's 551, it's a sky pass from Mars. 553, it's electric company. 554, it's going to be the sun. 555, oh my God, it's memory. 556, I don't remember. It's going to be the opposite of what the sun would be. Or maybe it would be when the sun is down. But remember that when we're using numbers, we have to understand also that if we have 12, is it 8 and 4? Is it 9 and 4? Am I awake? Am I asleep? Is it something that happens 24 hours a day while I'm awake? Because it changes. It could be 12, all of it. But if you're awake, it's 8. If you're asleep, it's 4 and 8. If you're awake, it's 8 and 4. Something like that. Raphael, peace and love. See you later. If you can help out the channel, check out the link at the front, my PayPal account. Much appreciated. And we're going to get through it. And remember, we don't want a wall. We don't want a wall. Don't ask questions. We don't want a wall. Right? Things were going fine before. Why all of a sudden? Because what the demands are not what's happening in front of us here. It's happening in an alternative world, in an area that is just digital or analogic, and it needs to hear us say yeah, when 8 million people or 300 million people are saying yeah, it's going to open up a portal, okay, of some sort. We don't want any more walls between us. We want to be friendly. People are coming across, and remember, immigration, I am, right? And all this stuff that's going on, it's being pushed. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. It's a freight train, it's coming down, and there's an agenda, and it's got to be filled before the end of time. ELO. Speak to you a little bit later. Be on in an hour, not for long, but I'm going to see what I can do. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, ask me now, please. I see we're 7 out here. Right, we're 7 people out here right now, so I'm quite sure somebody might want to ask or say something. Okay, and I can't see who's here. And, okay, we're just going to let it go, all right? No, don't let it go. No, it's not fair. Oh, you know what we'll do? This is for the doors. And all that square walking, right? Ciao. Ciao for now.